Hello, Unity developer. Welcome to my channel. There are so many networking frameworks and solutions out there. How can I understand which one is good for your project? Don't worry, you're not alone. Today, I want to make it less confused and explain which one is good for your project. But before you start, if you're already using a particular method, or you have a favorite one, just let me know in a comment below. I'm curious about what you're using and the reason why you're choosing this service. Let us start with each other. It helps a lot. And if you have a favorite one, I really appreciate it. Let me discuss about the first service. It's called Mirror. Mirror was created to replace a unit. Many people who use a unit they wanted to switch into Mirror. They did this to get better performance and similar way to work. With the Mirror, you can send a message and share the information just for basic things for multiplayer. Mirror might not be a good service for super competitive games. It is more suitable for casual games. However, for MMORPG games, which are the massively multiplayer, Mirror is a good service. If you are planning to create an MMO game, Mirror is a convenient shortcut. It saves your time with the low-level complex system. I'm gonna tell you about another multiplayer services. It is called Stream. It's great if you have a chat in your application or your game. With a stream, you can easily add a chat in your game or your application. They have their own scaling backend system, handling the large number of player concurrency without having any issue. In my opinion, it is not good for making online shooter game or maybe it's possible. It is a bit different, but you might not consider it for shooter game. In many games, chat is only used when the player joins in the match. But in stream, you can find your friend and invite your friend and chat without joining in the match. In many games, chat usually used when the player joining the match. But with the stream, you can find your friend and invite your friend without and chat with them without joining to the match. The best part of the stream is that you can easily add to your project. And the cherry on the top is that Steam is a free for indie developer. Let's talk about the Unity's new networking solution. It is called NGO, Networking for Game Object. It is Unity's primary service for multiplayer game. It comes to synchronize and components and you don't need to do anything special. Network for Game Object, it helps Unity developer to create an online or multiplayer game easily. It supports 16 players to join together in a session. Netcode for Game Object focus on a competitive multiplayer game, particularly with the netcode for Entity Pack, which is the best on the Entity Component system. It is built for performance and scalability with a feature like a prediction and interpolation, and also lag compensation. It is important to know Unity recently added a new feature, client-to-client messaging. However, it is still goes through the host or the server. If you haven't tried netcode for Game Object, I highly recommend it to give it a try. Now, let's talk about the fast game, where everything moves very quickly. Imagine play a game where you need everything moves very quickly. Photon is the best option for that. Before Fusion, there were Bolt and Pun. They are all part of Photon Network. I strongly suggest that check out the Fusion and Quantum. Quantum is a powerful service for multiplayer game. Each part of Quantum uses ECS architect. Currently, it supports maximum 32 players in one race. Pawn was their old system. It was okay, but it was like a unit, easy to use, but not high-performance solution. After that, they introduced a Fusion and Quantum. From my opinion, it is on the top of the line for fast networking option. They allow for a fast and low latency messaging and good client prediction. Personally, I'm going to explore to create a game with the Photon Fusion or Quantum. And I will make a separate video about the Fusion and Quantum later on and explaining what I like about it and the reason why I don't like it. And also, I'm curious about your experience with the Photon. If you have any experience about the Fusion or Quantum, just let me know in a comment below. Now, let's explore about the free option. That seems really exciting. Fishnet is a fantastic library for networking, high performance, and easy to use. It automatically take care of your task and converting your data to server and read from server. It's really optimized for high performance, including a feature like a prediction action on the client side. Keep in mind, in a Fishnet, you can only have 8 players. If you have a more than 8 player, Fishnet might not be the best option. And also, an issue with the synchronizing and high performance server is really necessary for that. It is really good and very fast and easy to understand. If you have used a Fishnet with a different option, let the comments here. I've gone through the documentation and see the impressive advantage. If you have an important issue and I didn't cover it, let me know in a comment below. I have provided a link here and you can grab it from the asset store and use it for free. If you are interested, you can find the link in the description. Okay, let's go from a Nakama from Unity Lab, my favorite one. Nakama is highly scalable open source platform for a real-time and turn-based game development. It takes care of social signing, friend, chat, leaderboard, clan, and more. Nakama is flexible and suitable for development and production. You can run a Nakama on your laptop or cloud and can be updated with your requirements. It supports 3 program languages, Go, Lua, and TypeScript. The best thing about the Nakama is free and easy to scale. It supports all the consoles, including WebGL. I have made a video series about the Nakama, how to run and create a multiplayer 3D game in Unity. For more detail, you can check the Unity Lab website. I highly recommend checking it out by clicking on the link in the description. Let's discuss about another one. It is called Coherence, which is come with lots of features to help you create a multiplayer game. It is really simple to get started, and also you can find a link in the description to download it from the asset store. One of the best features of Coherence is that you can share a build online. Using the Coherence build sharing in the dashboard, you can easily share your build with your friend. It is compatible with the WebGL using UTP and WebRTC. Coherence employs a tick-based simulation. Whether you're in a Windows, WebGL, or Mac or Linux, makes no difference. Once you upload it in a Coherence cloud, you will get shareable URL build page leading to your public. If you have any different opinion about the Coherence or different experience about that, write a comment here. Or are there any downside I might be missing? After I discovered a Coherence option, I decided to surf on the net to find another alternative way for multiplayer game. I have found another service. It is Darkrift. It seems to support a wide range of optionality and feature. I haven't got through the documentation completely, but it seems there is a lot to discover. I have a plan to take a close look on this option. I'm really curious about the different experience with the Darkrift tool. And another interesting service, it is called a SmartFox service. I have just discovered it is still being used. I personally didn't use anymore. I assume people are still using it successfully. And you can find some video tutorial on YouTube. If you have any experience about the SmartFox, please share it with me in the description here. I'm really curious to know if it is multiplayer that might not be aware of. To wrap it up, let's discuss about another option. It is creating your own multiplayer service. However, if you explore that option are not suitable for you, you can create or run your own service. You know that if you want to create or run your networking system, you should know about the UDP and TCP and socket programming and WebRTC also. I'm not really recommend that until you're master in networking programming. Because if you want to create your own multiplayer service, it takes a lot of time. I'm excited to know about your different experience from the community. Alright, my friend, that is wrap it for today's video. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today. Until next time, take care and stay awesome.